Question 15 reads, if n over n minus 1 times 1 over n times n over n plus 1 is equal to 5 over k for positive integers n and k, what is the value of k? This is a difficult but really interesting solve for x problem, and it's one of the more fun ones to do. So let's get started by rewriting the problem. N over n minus 1 times 1 over n times n over n plus 1 is equal to 5 over k. All right, let's cancel out an n and an n on top and bottom and rewrite this n over n minus 1 times n plus 1 is equal to 5 over k. Now, if you've been doing a lot of studying for the SAT, then chances are pretty good that as soon as you see n minus 1 times n plus 1, you think, difference of perfect squares, I can rewrite that as n over n squared minus 1. All right, that's still equal to 5k. And then naturally, we have these two fractions equal to each other. Let's cross multiply and have a little bit of space left. So nk is equal to 5 times n squared minus 1. Okay, still some work to do. I'm gonna distribute this 5 over both sides and move over here where I've got space. Nk is equal to 5n squared minus 5. Okay, let's get k by itself since what we're interested in is the value of k anyway. So I'll divide both sides by n. K is equal 5n squared divided by n, and n on top and n on bottom will cancel out. We'll just be left with 5n. And then for this term, we get 5 divided by n. Now you may feel like you're hitting a roadblock here because we have this expression for k, but we don't know what n is. So how do we get any further? The key to solving this problem is to realize that this positive integers requirement on n and k isn't just fluff, it's really important information. N and k have to be positive integers. There's a lot going on with k here, so let's think critically about what will make sure that k becomes stays a positive integer. Well, if n is a positive integer, which you know it is, then 5 times n is going to be a positive integer as well. So there's no problems with this term. It's this term I'm worried about. There are a lot of numbers n for which 5 divided by n is not an integer. In fact, there's only 2 options for n at this point. N equals 1, which will turn this term into a 5, and n equals 5, which turns that term into 1. Any other number will not give you an integer. So we know that n is equal to 1 or n is equal to 5. So using those two, let's plug them into that equation and see what k could equal. So first let's do n equals 1. That'll give us k is equal to 5, because it's 5 times n, minus 5 divided by n, 5 divided by 1 would be 5. 5 minus 5 equals 0. That's not going to work. K is a positive integer. So let's hope that n equals 5 works. K equals 5 times n, which will be 25, minus 5 divided by n, 5 over 5. 25 minus 1 is equal to 24. And that's one of the answer choices, C, 24. And that's how you do it. Please continue to check out more Mindfish videos.